This press conference at the Boston English High School, which all of you saw the banner saying the oldest school in the high school in America. Well, this building is the newest high school building constructed in the city of Boston. It was constructed in 1979, and Jimmy Carter was President of the United States. But in suburban areas throughout Massachusetts, they've built dozens of new high schools.
Oh, yeah.
They even tore down some of the high schools built since 1979 to build newer ones for suburban students. Now, why is that important? Well, for the past 12 years, many of us have been fighting to build Boston's first new school since 1979, and we've received nothing but resistance and opposition. We spent $60 million to host a Democratic convention. And at that time, it would have cost only $57 million to build a new high school. And today, and I'll close on this point, today we have 18,000 high school students. 3,215 of those students are attending classes in elementary school buildings. We have high school students attending classes in the basement of the YWCA on Clarendon Street.
Yeah.
And yet, the administration refuses to build a new school on the grounds of the Boston State Hospital site, where 20 acres of land has been set aside to build a campus, college campus-style environment for our high school students. Our high school students deserve the best. Our middle school students deserve the best. Our elementary school students deserve the best. What they don't deserve is a resegregated school system.
Councilor Yancey has just described the reasons why both of us, as well as other councilors, are opposed to the 5-zone plan that would take us backwards. I thought it'd be appropriate if I end the press conference talking about the power that we have to stop that 5-zone plan from being introduced and voted on by the, approved by the school committee. Because the reality is that 5 years ago, in 2004, we faced this same issue. We faced the issue that the department was trying to take us backwards. Different administration, but same mayor, same goal. What happened? There were meetings held across the city to discuss with parents, with students, and with activists, what should we do? And the reality is that when the school department and the volunteers who were on the task force that the school department had developed came to Roxbury, what did they hear? What did they hear? They heard the parents who had come out in extraordinary numbers, the activists to join the activists who were there in large numbers, and what the representatives of the department, what the task force heard was, we do not accept going backwards. We demand quality, we demand choice, we will not accept anything else. And the reality is that meeting set the tone for all of the work of the task force. And at the end of the process, the mayor and the school committee said, no, we're going to wait. We are not going to move forward. We heard the community. We are not going to move forward until we have brought the schools of this city up to a level where every neighborhood can feel that there are quality schools in their neighborhood that are equal to the quality schools in every other neighborhood. That is, I thought we got a commitment 5 years ago that we would not be here facing this kind of decision unless change had been made, unless improvements have been made. I will admit that the department is working very hard within the framework that they have to try to put as many elements that could suggest equity into the 5 zones. But the reality is admit that they haven't. That the school department is being asked to vote, the school committee is being asked to vote on a plan that is still not equitable. And that is breaking the commitment that the mayor and the school committee made to us 5 years ago. There's only one thing we can do, and that's what has already happened. We are here tonight because we have seen over these last few weeks that this crisis, which is always creates an opportunity, has led to the development of a new coalition. A coalition focused on bringing equity and quality education to this city. A coalition that combines the older activists as well as the younger activists.
Right.
A coalition that includes parents of all racial and ethnic groups. A coalition that involves students. A coalition that involves workers, not only the bus drivers who stood with us for 5 years ago, but also a growing number of teachers who say that isn't part of the educational process to help our children understand the principles of equity. How can we help them understand the principles of equity if we are structuring a system that on its face is inequitable and that they will know it? It is a hard struggle. It's a difficult struggle. The financial issues, as Councilor Yancey said, are being used to move us backwards. But the reality is that we won 5 years ago because of the strength of the voice of the parents, the activists, those students and teachers who are with us, the union workers of the bus drivers union who are with us. But the reality is today our coalition is stronger. The crisis, the struggle is harder, but our coalition is stronger, and that's why we are going to win, because the parents of this city want quality education for their children. They understand that choice is essential to the building of a quality education for each and every child, and it is not there now, and that's why we have to stand together and oppose the 5-zone plan. Thank you.
In closing, I'd just like to just thank everyone for being here this evening, and I want to invite every parent, family member, neighbor, activist, students to come out and be heard on Thursday, May the 14th at RCC. Let them hear it loud and clear downtown that their pathways to excellence limits our choices, it limits our dreams, and it limits our access. So if they really want to know what pathways to excellence means, they need to come hear from the coalition, they need to come hear from the parents, and they need to definitely come hear from the students and youth that are going to be impacted. And I just again want to say thank you to everyone for coming out, and I look forward to seeing everyone on Thursday, May the 14th, RCC, 6 o'clock. Thank you very much.